Hey, what's up everybody? I'm back because it's a week episode and you know, this is what I do. It's my thing. This is B is for Build. I'm Chris. Today we're here working on the Plan A BRZ. We're not in the shop. It would be nice to be in the shop, but this little guy couldn't make it to the shop. So we are in the backyard and we are going to work on the Plan A. I solicited some feedback on what you guys would like to see, and a lot of people are in a lot of different areas, but you know, I really want to focus on this car because I want to get it on the road to be my daily driver. I want to swap out the Charger for this thing to be my daily driver. So priority is going to be on this thing to get it finished up because it's just so close. It's so close. First things first, this car has a cracked crankcase. We can't get into the coolant system, which just needs to be tested, and the other things like road testing this car until we can fix the crack in the crankcase. So that's what we're going to do today. Stay tuned. Alright, so our approach to fixing the cracked crankcase is going to be to go from underneath. I actually haven't seen the crack yet, but I've heard it's a small crack, and I can't see it from coming down through the hood and looking down, so I'm assuming we're going to have to work from underneath. So I'm going to jack up the car, throw a couple jack stands under each one of the parts of the front, and then start getting under it. Okay guys, well, I'm sorry ahead of time, but this is going to be a really hard one to film, and we're just going to have to roll with that. So here is, after I did some hunting to find this crack, here is this, the crack. It's kind of like a hairline crack. It's real small. It goes from the corner out here where the cam sensor bolts in, kind of snakes down. Sorry, this is in the way. Comes across here and goes down to the base of the crankcase. So I jumped underneath and looked, and it does not continue after this point. So it basically stops right here at the corner on the base of the crankcase. So it's from here to here. It's about a 2-inch crack. So let me flip this camera on. Okay, sorry, I'm filming in selfie mode. Cameraman Adrian's busy right now. So the method for fixing this that we're going to use is JB Weld. Now, a lot of people say, oh, JB Weld, that's a hack, that's blah, blah, blah. But JB Weld is really, really good in this type of a use case. People have fixed cracked engine blocks with JB Weld. It rises with the temperature of your parts that need to be heated. It can cool with the temperature. So, for instance, when you have parts like this that are going to get filled with hot oil, the metal is going to expand and contract a lot, and JB Weld is really good at doing that, and it holds a lot. It holds up to like 3,000 PSI or something when applied correctly. Not to say that I'm going to apply it 100% correctly, but it's going to go on there well. So yes, this could be welded, but to be welded it should be taken off first, because what happens when you weld things is you can get heat warp and it can warp your crankcase. JB Weld is a good first try to do this, and then if JB Weld fails, you can always just grind it off and then go to your next solution. It's not really going to bugger up too much other stuff. So we are going to prepare the surface, and the way that I like to prepare the surface is to, they say use soap and degreaser, and that's all good, but you know what you can also do is just grind some metal away. So what I'm going to do is grind all the metal away in the surface area that I want to patch with a Dremel tool, and then we will apply our JB Weld. Alright, sorry, again, this is really hard to film and I really apologize. So here's the cleaned up area. You can see that, let me shine the light away a little bit. See that everywhere around this area I ground down a little bit. This metal is really soft, so my rotary tool, my Dremel tool just went right through it. So the crack runs basically right in front of my finger. You can just see it. It's really faint, right up through there. And now the next step is I'm going to mix up some JB Weld and get a nice applying utensil. I'm just going to spread it on there. Alright guys, that's a wrap on our JB Weld fixing a crack in the crankcase. This project took about an hour and a half, so I'm really sorry that it's probably going to be a very short video, but it's a short project. It was a short fix. That crankcase, I think the part is $400 roughly, and the dealership quoted $400 in labor to replace it themselves. So we took about an $800 project and turned it into about a $5 project. So that's a really good BS for Bill DIY fix for crack on the crankcase. If it does not work, if it fails in the future, I will put a link here, and I will link to video showing how we fixed it in the future. But if you don't see a link here, that means that thing's still holding up. This is going to be my daily driver, and if it starts leaking oil, I will put a link here and show how we fix it. What else was I gonna say? Oh yes, sorry, I can't turn on the car right now, and it's not that I can't turn on the car right now, it's that I've chose not to. I have to leave, I have to go visit my family for 4 or 5 days, and I just wanted to give that JB Weld. We did pass the allotted time, it says 15 hours before using the application, but with anything that has a curing process, when you're mixing a hardener with a different metal material like paint or like JB Weld, the little bit of extra time is probably gonna, well, I know it'll be better than just after the 15 hours. So since all I would be doing is turning on the car, showing you guys that it doesn't leak, and then running off, I'm just gonna leave it for the 4 or 5 days, let it cure up really, really hard and strong, and then we'll turn it on. And that will be in the next episode for the original Plan A BRZ. We're testing the cooling system, and we're gonna stress test the cooling system and make sure all that is operating correctly. With that said, I think that's the end of the episode. If you are interested in getting some merch and supporting the channel, we may have a t-shirt or two hanging out. If we're sold out, I'm sorry. I am working on getting more shirts as fast as I can. We have key tags. If you want to support the channel, buying a key tag is a great way to do it. And that's all at bsforbuild.com. Scroll down to the shop section. Oh, and we got hats. Got lots of hats, guys. They're in black and gray, and they're great. I love my hat. Anyways, enough merch pimping. We're all good on merch. bsforbuild.com is where you can find our website. Facebook.com/bsforbuild is where you can find our stuff. And Instagram, bsforbuild, is where you can find more of our stuff. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Sorry this episode's a little short, but that was a really quick project. And, hit the like button. Boop, 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 and subscribe. Peace.